Sometimes you might be having many functions as a tool that you want to use, and your model will use on its own, but you might want to force your model to use a specific tool, not just on its own. In that case, we have something in LangChain that will allow you to force your model to call a specific tool, and let's see how it works. First, let's make some import os, import get pass from langchain dot chat underscore models, import init chat model, and then from langchain dot core underscore or dot tools, import tool. Now let us set the environment variable. So it says langchain dot core. Okay, this is langchain underscore core, not dot. Now I'm going to set the environment variable of grok API key. If not, os dot environment dot get, and we will check whether we have already set grok API key or not. Grok underscore API underscore key, and if not, if it is not set, then what we are going to do, we will set it. We will write here os dot environment, and then we will pass this grok API variable here. Okay, and then we will call this get pass, and from this get pass, and inside this I can write some string here. Let me write here, enter your API key. Now I'm going to execute it, and I will put the API key here. The environment variable is set. Now I'm going to define two functions, add and multiply, and they will be a tool. And to save some time, I will go to my GitHub account. So you can come on my GitHub page and you can go to this repo LangChain 2025. There you can find this notebook already saved here. You can copy the code from here. So from here, I'm going to copy these two functions, and then I will put it here and execute the code. Whenever you want to use function as a tool, what you need to do is you have to call this decorator at the rate tool above that function, and then your model can use that function as a tool. So we have passed here one here, and then the other one is here. Now I'm going to combine these add and multiply function and save it in a new variable. Let's say it is going to be tools here, and then this is going to be a list, and inside this I'm going to pass this both add and multiply function here. Now I'm going to create a LLM model and save it in a variable LLM, and then it is going to be init chat model, and inside this I'm going to pass the model name, which is going to be llama 3, 8 billion parameters, 8192. So this is the model name, and then model provider, I'm using it from Grok Cloud, so I will write here Grok, and then I can just print this LLM object here. Now I will tell you how we can force our LLM to use a specific tool here. Let me make one variable LLM underscore forced underscore. I am going to force this LLM to use the tool multiply, so I will name this as 2 underscore multiply, and then I will call this LLM, and from this I will call bind tools, this function, and inside this I will pass both of the tools. So here we have saved in this variable tools here, and then I'm going to pass the parameter here tool choice, and now here I will write multiply. Now I am asking this LLM to use multiply function only whatever your question is. So let me show you how it works. I will execute this code. Now I'm going to invoke uh, and ask a question. So I will just copy this from here and then I will paste it here. I will call this dot invoke, and let's say my question is what is 2 plus 2, let's say a very easy question. Now if you have this question 2 plus 2 and you have these two functions add and multiply, so what do you think the model should call, add or multiply? So it is very obvious that because it is an addition problem, so the model should call this add function only, but in our case it will still call multiply because we are forcing our LLM to use multiply tool only. Now let me execute the code here, and you see it says error code message. Okay, I have not given the proper name here. My model name llama. Okay, it is llama 3 not 2. I'm sorry for the mistake. And now let me execute this code again. Not found error. What else? The model llama 2. This is llama 3 8,000,000,8192. Okay, I need to call the other lines as well. Again I have to execute this code again. Now I should call this, yeah. Now here you see I got this output here, and if you see here what function it is using, so name it is using multiply function. Why? Because I am passing this tool choice option and I am forcing this LLM to call this multiply function. Now I'll show you. If I remove this parameter, so let me copy this from here and paste it here, and let me also copy this from here and paste it here. If I remove this parameter tool choice and if I call this function, and let's see what will happen. What function it is using now, you see here name, the function name it is using is add. So because the model knows that it is an additional problem, it is using add function here. But if you force your model to use a particular tool, then the model will use that function only. That is why here it is using multiply function. Now in this so here let me copy this and again paste it here. So here you have other option as well. Now instead of passing the function name or the tool name here, you can pass another argument which is any. Now in this case also the model will select what is appropriate according to the question, and let me show you the output. Here you see it has selected add function here or add tool because the model knows that this is the question of addition, so that's why it has chosen add here. This is how you can force your models to call a specific tool. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my video, you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.